you are not for farmers, you are not for workers, for consumers, for the environment, for the poor, if you don't have the guts to go against the powers that be that are running roughshod over all of the above. That's what politics really is about. Are you willing to stand up to the greedmeisters in our country? So don't tell me who your friends are, tell me who your enemies are. That's the important question. I think of an exemplar of democratic politics who understood who his enemies were, Franklin Roosevelt, who in the midst of the Depression was confronted by reporters who said, well, the Wall Street barons, your own peers. After all, FDR was a very rich man. And Eleanor was a rich woman as well, separately. So they had great wealth. And he said, they say that they hate you. And Roosevelt said, I welcome their hatred. Now, that's the politics that's real. That's what we have to have again. A willingness to say, I welcome their hatred because I am willing to oppose them for what they're doing to the working-day majority of the country. So let's be frank here, or Mary, or Antonio, or Ron, whoever. For 18 years, you've had a congressperson who says he's all about serving the people of the 3rd District, but he's using serve in the sense of serving you up to the powers that be. Take his relentless push for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Please. As I was a sponsor of the amendment down at I was on the platform committee of the Democratic Party down in Orlando, and I was the sponsor of the amendment to say no vote on the TPP in the lame duck or any subsequent session of the Congress. No vote at all on the TPP. Yeah! It was a structural reform that would have stopped TPP in its tracks right there. TPP, as I said then, is just a little shop of corporate horrors. And why would it be that? Well, because global corporate chieftains wrote the TPP. You think that Obama would have you believe that our trade negotiators wrote the TPP. 500 corporate executives and lobbyists sat around the table, offering amendments, receiving the language, and adjusting that language to serve themselves. Those 500 people were at the table. You were not at the table. Workers, farmers, small business people, local governments, consumers, environmentalists, senior citizens, the global poor. We were not at the table. There's an old saying in negotiation, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And that's exactly what we got out of the TPP. Only 28 Democrats supported the passage of the fast-track legislation. Fast-track, another word for railroading, deals like the TPP through the Congress without any possibility of the members of Congress, your representatives, meaning you, being able to amend it at all. You had no amendment possibilities on it. Congress surrendered its sovereignty to these 500 corporate executives. It's a shameful, traitorous example of politics in action, of corporate politics in action. Only 28 Democrats supported that, and it passed by only one vote. Ron Kind was that vote. Yeah. He was one of the 28, all right. But if he had not voted, it would have failed. It would have failed. Obama has hailed Kind as a tireless advocate for Wisconsin. But I don't know that Monsanto and Walmart and et cetera are the residents of Wisconsin. You are the residents of Wisconsin. But I haven't come 1,000 miles here today to denigrate Ron Kind. He's doing a good job of that himself. He doesn't even... Nor am I here even to oppose him. Because I don't believe in taking America back. The Tea Party has done that. They've taken us back more than 100 years. I believe in moving America forward with all the people of this country being a part of that forward movement. So I'm here to advocate for a positive, progressive future for the 3rd District of Wisconsin and for the United States of America, in the person of a regular guy, a former maintenance man in a motel chain who knows how to make stuff work, a high school history teacher who knows that it's not the great men who made history, but the movements of ordinary Americans, the suffragists, the abolitionists, the populists, the unionists, the civil rights movement, the women's movement, the environmental movement. The guy who knows that the true political spectrum in our country is not right to left. That's theory. That's ideology. The true political spectrum in our country is top to bottom. That's reality. Yep. That's where we live. That's your zip code. You know where you are in that spectrum. Myron Buchholz is the one who is a positive force in this country. Not anti-mankind, but pro-people of the 3rd District. All right. All right. There's a motel just down the street from where I live in South Austin, called the Austin Motel. It used to be on the San Antonio-Austin Highway. And it's a renovated old motel now, but they have an iconic marquee out front that says, no additives, no preservatives, corporate free since 1938. That is Myron Buchholz.
All right.
All the way back to 1938, no preservatives, no additives. He doesn't need preservatives because you are his preservative. The people themselves. Yep. We are the power. We have got to be the power. And the Myron Buchholzes, the Zephyr Teachouts over in New York, the Jamie Raskin in the state of Maryland, all of whom are going to Congress, Bernie Sanders himself, they are not the force. They are the catalyst to rally up the force, which is us. Right. We are the power. Yep. All right. My message to you, and I'm sure you're wondering what it is by now, that it's up to us. It's not up to Myron. It's not up to Jody and Alicia and the great folks who are working on this day in and day out. It's up to us, workaday folks, to take the stand, to make the difference. As Myron was saying himself, I need you to talk to your neighbors. I need you to talk to your co-workers. I need you to talk to folks in the church tomorrow morning or in the temple today. I need you to talk to strangers on the street. I need you just to spread this word. Talk about what politics actually means. You know, for a lot of people, politics is very confusing, and particularly this year. It's a bizarre kind of exercise. There's nothing natural about politics. I mean, running for office is a very strange thing, I can tell you from experience. And it's not a natural thing. And for people to participate, it means that they've got to give of themselves in a way they're not used to doing and get out of their comfort zones. It can be very, very confusing. I think of Butch Hancock. He's a great singer-songwriter down in Austin, and he with Joe Ely and Jimmy Dale Gilmore formed a group out of Lubbock, Texas. They all were raised out on the high plains of Lubbock. Out there, and Butch was on a radio show I had a decade ago, and he was telling how confusing it was to grow up as a teenage boy with hormones racing through him in that evangelical, puritanical, absolutist Christian society out there. And he said they taught us that sex was the nastiest, the most disgusting thing on earth, and you should save it for someone you love.